Okay, well, it's great to have goals, but you have to take action. And today we're going to talk about taking the action steps. Why aren't you taking the actions? If you've turned around and written out all your goals and you know all the things you'd like to have in life, why are you not doing anything towards it? I really wanted to take today as a day that we sit back and think about this and why it is that we have such a hard time to make even small changes towards the things that we want. One of the things that I think holds us back the most is fear of failure. It's really hard to want to start something if we're so scared that we're going to fail right off the bat. Like we've already given up on ourselves before we start. We're just assuming we're going to fail, so we don't even begin. I really can't understand the whole thing. I just know that we all went into it. I do myself. I'm scared of trying something new because it's work to learn a new skill, and who wants to admit that we failed, so we don't even start. It's easy to just not want to do something. We want to lose that weight, we want to start a new business, we want to take a new course or a new skill, but well, that means we have to get off the couch, or that we have to get out of the house earlier in the morning than we want to, or that we have to work with people and we'd rather be by ourselves. And that requires effort, working with people. It always does. The other thing we get is a little complacency. Remember we had talked about in another day about our comfort zone and where do we fit on the comfort zone. And if we're too comfortable and life is too easy, then why would we disturb our comfortable, easy life by putting a change in the midst of it and having to put ourselves out? Sometimes it's not a gift to have life too easy. If you're struggling financially, or you're struggling with your health, or you're struggling with a relationship, it almost can be a gift because it forces you to get out of your comfort zone and do something about it. Maybe if one of our goals is to quit smoking, but yet on the other hand, we really enjoy that smoke and we don't want to give it up. That makes it hard to go after that goal if mentally we've already made up our minds that we don't want to give it up. So it's a mental game that we play, that we talk that we want it, but the truth is we don't really want it. The other thing that will stop us from taking action is that sometimes we've tried it before and we've gotten so far, and then for whatever reason we stopped doing it, or we failed, or maybe that wasn't quite the right path, or we weren't talking to the right people, and we gave up. And so we've got it in our mind, well, there's no sense trying that again because it didn't work and it isn't easy, and why would I go after it again? I already tried it and it didn't work. So let's imagine it's a year from now and you've actually gotten your goal. You've set a goal and it's taken you a whole year, but you arrived at it. How will you feel if you've actually reached your goal, whether it's in health, or in your spiritual growth, or in your financial situation? In a year's time, you've reached your goal. Wouldn't that give you such a great feeling of accomplishment? Can't have that feeling of accomplishment without putting the work to get it. How nice that accomplishment will feel, that you can talk to people about it and do a little bragging, or just strut your stuff a little bit because you're a different person. Not just because of the goal that you did, but also because of what it made of you to get to that goal. The goal is one thing, but you're a better person, stronger person, a person with more self-confidence because of the things and actions that you took to arrive at that goal. If you knew you could not fail, what would you go after? Boy, that's a powerful, powerful kind of question. If there was no way you could fail, it was guaranteed to you, what would you go after? Boy, wouldn't that be a nice dream to think about? Sit back and take some time. No fear. You can have anything you want. What do you want? The other thing is money. If money was not an issue, if you couldn't care less about the money, you have lots of money in the bank, and the money would not stand in your way of getting a website developer for your business, or money wouldn't get in your way of having a bodybuilder work with you at the gym every day, If money was not an issue, then what would you go after? What would be your goal if money was not an issue? Lastly, what would you go after if you didn't care what people thought? What is there that you would really like? What action steps would you take if you didn't care what people thought? You didn't care if they thought you were crazy for going after it, silly to spend your money that way, or you didn't care about how you look if you might fail. What if what people thought didn't matter to you and that didn't stand in your way? What would you go after then? These are all really good questions that you need to be thinking about when you're setting goals. Because to get your action steps down pat and to actually be willing to do them, you have to overcome your fear. You have to overcome what other people think about you. You have to overcome your own negative self-talk. I also want to make sure you have this page out of my workbook. It's important for you to have it because it will give you some idea of what you're doing. As always, pause the video so that you can really read the page and you can enjoy it and you can get a feel for what you want to do with it. I hope that helps. You take care of yourself and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.